Hey guys, in this video we will look into component IDs and describe the importance of them when you are developing your application. For demonstration purposes, I will create a new page and I will use one of the templates, specifically this data table example. Let me call this page data table page. Click create. So now we have this page. By the way, this is a great template that you could use just to explore the data table example. The way it works is you select this data table right here. You select one of the tables that exists in your application. For instance, I have a table called country, and let me show you how the page works. So run the page, and you instantly get data binding from that table that displays all the rows, and you can it supports paging. You can select number of rows displayed, you can select columns, you can enable sorting. So a beautiful example that demonstrates data table in action. But I'm digressing because this video is about component IDs. Component IDs are important for several reasons. Number one, when you drag and drop a component onto the page, UI Builder assigns the default ID. And you can see those IDs if you select a component. In here in ID it says block 2. Some of them already have IDs assigned because the page was created from a template, but some of them don't have IDs assigned. Like for instance, if I select this container, you see the ID is container 1. Where do you see those IDs? Number one, it is going to be in the component tree. So as you select the components, you can see where it is in the tree. And for instance, cell 6, it's the default name. For some use cases, it may not be relevant or important to have the ID. For others, it may be important. I believe it is a good practice to assign IDs. So at any point of time, as your application gets bigger and you have more components on any of your pages, it is always easier just to see where that component is in the tree, what it is called. And once you start adding logic, you will be referencing your components by IDs as well. So the importance of IDs is very straightforward. Basically, naming your component exactly what it is. So for instance, if this one is called container 1 and it contains all the options for the data table, such as the title and then the condition to run the search queries and then all the options to enable, this container may be called options container. So you can just assign the name options container. And if you go back to the tree, it's going to be called options container. Once again, when you start getting into the logic part, it will also be fairly important. So the main takeaway from this video is try to assign names to your components, small or large containers or individual smaller components. Assign the name that truly represents what that component does in your application, because it will always make your life easier as a developer to structure your application, to quickly find the components, to reference them properly in your codeless logic, and to be able to find them in the component tree. Thank you for watching this video, and as always, happy codeless coding.